Okay, so here comes lesson 3. So we've now got our A3 picture all sized and ready for print. Now, for those of you using sublimation, this video is crucial, especially if you're not too au fait with either Corel or Photoshop and you just want to use simple systems like Publisher. Publisher, you can't really get the color definition which is true to the picture in front of you. So you have to use a software package like Gimp. So I'm going to show you the easiest way to print using Gimp. Now, this picture in front of you at the moment is already sized to A3. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click on the picture. We're going to save as picture and we're just going to call it SF for San Francisco A3 print. And that'll do for now. Now, we can come out of this completely. So what I'm going to do is I am going to open up Gimp. You can see, if you haven't got Gimp, you can download it free of charge. It's very, very easy to use if you're only using it for printing. So the picture is already sized, so you don't have to do a lot more. What you will have to do is a bit of manipulation on the actual print itself. So we're going to press this close button and we're going to go to File and we're going to open. So what we're going to do is we are going to look for pictures and we're going to look for our print. Usually you want to give it a name that you'll recognize because it won't really come up with pictures. So SF A3 print is what we named it. So we're going to open it. Now that is ready, sized at A3, ready to be printed. Now, to actually get this picture printed for sublimation, we need to do a few tweaks. And the tweaks are going to be done in the image file. So we're going to click on image and we're going to go down to color manipulation. And we're going to go to convert to color profile. So in here, these are the basic settings. So you'll see that the current profile is set to GIMP and we want to convert that. Now, you should, if you're already using GIMP and using Epson, you would have already put your ICC profile in ready. So I'm going to click this arrow here and I'm going to look for the ICC profile. So in here is Ink Experts Epson ET15000 and that is my ICC profile. So I've now converted it from what's on the screen and I'm now going to get it to print as per my ink supplier, which in this case is Sublinova. The ICC profile always comes from your ink supplier and nobody else. So it won't come from Epson and it won't come from Gimp or anywhere else. You have to load it into the system yourself. Well, rendering intent, we want to change this. Now, you can look in your print preview to see what it's going to come out as. Now, most people will say, you know, absolute colorimetric will give you the brightest colors, just like the picture. So let's give it a go. So let's pick absolute colorimetric and let's convert. Let's see what happens to the colors. Well, it's okay. I mean, we can have a look at changing that again and see how that comes out. Let's have a look. So let's go back to color management. Let's go to convert to color profile. We've got Ink Experts, which is our current. So we want to change this to say perceptual, and we want to make sure that our Ink Experts is always, and it hasn't really changed much. So it's ready. It's ready for printing. If we go back to the original picture on Publisher, it's a bit brighter. That's what we're really looking to achieve on a print. So let's go back to GIMP. It's a bit darker up here. That's what you need to always be looking at, which is the best. Now look, this picture in its proper form is bright as anything. So how do we achieve that onto our print? So let's go back to Gimp and let's have a look. So it's gone a bit grainy at the top here. So let's just try one more time and let's try color management. We'll look at convert. We're going to make sure that we're still on the ICC profile and we're going to change to relative colorimetric and we're going to ask it to convert. Still really hasn't done what we're looking for, but when it prints, you will see on your print how bright it is. So let's set it up for a print. So we would go to File. Let's move something out of the way that you can't see. Let's go to Print. Let's go to Page Setup first. Let's make sure, because at the moment it is set to an A4 print and we're not doing A4, so we want A3. Now, if you're using the 15,000, some ET 15,000, you've got some choices of A3 because you can actually pick a bigger one to print, which is the A3 Plus. We're not going to use that for now, but you can get A3 Plus paper that will print even bigger. But let's just pick the correct one, which is the A3 standard. And we've got choice of uh, rear feed borderless is what we would usually go for. So let's say OK. Let's go back to print. Now there's a few things we need to do in here. So let's just click on the ET 15,000. The landscape picture we know, but we are going to look at more settings. Okay, so there's a few things we need to do. We leave it as auto select. It's already set to A3. We want to set it to borderless. We get that same message up again there that says it might have a little bit of smearing on the edges, but we're not worried about it. We'll click on that. Do not display that again because we know that. So paper, presentation matte is pretty much what most sublimation printers are set for. We've set the quality to high. We've asked for a print preview so we can see what colors it's offering us before we print. We might not like it and we'll change the color again. Now, the next thing to do is to go to more options. Now, in this, you would make sure in the advanced section, you pick no color adjustment and make sure that's always set to no color adjustment. Now, if you're printing this for a bag or you're printing this for something else which is sublimation related, if you're doing it on anything else but glass, you need to make sure that it is a mirror image for a bag or for anything else. If it's glass, it is not mirror image. So we're going to set this to mirror image and click OK. We're going to click print. Hopefully, I know it says this app doesn't support print preview, but our Epson printer does. So let's see what happens. Well, here we go. So we've got a print preview, but I'm definitely not happy with the color. So let's look at changing the color. And the good thing for print preview is it will give you a good understanding of what your colors are going to look like, because we've now changed that. But we need to remember what we've set it to, which I think was perceptual, and we're going to change it probably to one of the color choices. So let's cancel. Let's go to image. Let's go back to color management and let's convert to the color profile. So it was set to relative colorimetric. So we're going to make sure that that is Ink Experts. Yep, let's make sure that that's Ink Experts. And we're going to change that to absolute colorimetric and we're going to convert. We're going to go to File. We're going to go to Page Setup again and make sure that it's still the same, which it is. And we're then going to go to Print. And we're going to make sure we pick the right printer. Okay, so everything is set there. We're going to click on more settings because there are things that we still need to do. We need to make sure that the print preview is always ticked so we get to look at the colors before they print. We need to make sure the auto select is there. We need to make sure A3 is in there. It's clicked as borderless. It's presentation matte. The quality is high, and we've got a print preview. So now we're going to move to the more options section, and we're going to make sure that the mirror image is clicked for printing for bags or anything else that's a product is not glass. Glass is always without mirror image because the print itself will usually be printed on the bottom of the glass and come straight through as a straight picture. With printing onto bags, it needs to be reversed. So the mirror image is always clicked. Okay, so we've done all of that. We now just need to look at our advanced options and pick no color adjustment. So we're going to click that. We're going to click OK, and we're going to click print. And we should get a print preview that's going to show the Golden Gate Bridge in reverse ready to be sublimated onto a product. And we're going to press the print. Let's see what happens to the colors this time. Still not happy with it. So let's have another look, because this is a bit of a trying situation. We're going to cancel that. We're going to go to image. We're going to go to color management. We're going to convert. And this time we're going to pick saturation, and let's see what happens with that. We're going to go through the motions again. Page setup, no is correct. We'll go to file and print. We'll pick the right printer, which is the 15,000. We'll pick more settings. We'll look at all of these again so that they're all still the same. You need to click on borderless again. We've got print preview in place, and we've got more options. We need to just make sure that advanced has got no color adjustment because we're picking it from the profile. Click OK. Oops, I forgot the mirror image. So let's do that again. Mirror image, let's click OK. And now let's press print preview and see what happens to the colors. There we go. So that's nearly perfect. I wouldn't say it's 100%, but comparing that to our publisher print is a bit brighter, but when it prints, it will print brighter. So let's go back to Gimp. Let's go to print. We are now ready. All of our settings are now set. We know that everything in there, we just need to make sure borderless is clicked. And preview is still on. Mirror image is then ticked. We know that a no color adjustment is in there. We click OK. We click print. And I'm waiting for print preview. Something went wrong, so let's try again. Print. We'll look more settings. Preview is ticked. Borderless needs to be re-ticked. Presentation matte, high. Everything's okay on this page. More options. We've got the mirror image, advanced, no color adjustment, and that's all okay. So that's okay. Now click print. Let's see what's going to happen. And there it is. There's our print preview in reverse. And as you can see, the Golden Gate Bridge is ready for printing. So when that is printed, it will automatically be transferred onto your product in the correct manner. So at this point, you will just press print and get ready for sublimation.